I'm on the south coast of Cornwall today. It's the beginning of March and we've got the first weather window that we've had for a little while. So I'm going to be taking out this Aquamarina 3.5 meter SIB. This is a new boat to me. It's an interesting concept. It's a lightweight SIB. It really weighs nothing. I can actually pick it up on my shoulder and carry it down the slipway, and it's got an air deck and no inflatable keel. It's got a flat keel and it just sits on the sponson, so it's going to handle a little bit different to a normal SIB. I'm going to talk about that as the day goes on, but really what we're out here to do today is do some fishing. Got all the lure gear with us. I don't really know what the conditions are going to be out there. There's not much wind at the moment, but it's going to pick up as the day goes on. So I'm going to see what sort of reef we can get to and see what fish we can find at this time of year. It can be quite hard going, but hopefully pick up some wrasse, maybe some pollock if we're really lucky, a bass, but I'm not holding my breath. There's going to be 2 of us out on this boat today. It's going to be interesting to see how it handles with 2 people, a 6 horsepower engine and all this gear, and some variable conditions, let's just say. Well, we've just pushed out about a mile now from the harbour there, and there is a bit of a breeze going from the west, which is not the worst direction to have here because we've got a bit of shelter from the land here, but yeah, there's a little bit of motion on the surface, but it's not too bad at the moment. It's going to pick up throughout the day. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head out to the bit of reef that I want to fish whilst the conditions still allow for it, and then as the wind picks up throughout the day, we'll move closer and closer to the shelter of the land. Alright, so we're on a bit of reef now where it's roughly 10 metres with a lot of structure down there, a lot of rock and kelp, so we can expect species like wrasse and pollock here. Now, this is the sort of setup I've been using a lot from these boats recently. It's quite a light rod. It's only rated up to 10 grams. So, yeah, really quite light, but it's got a lot of power in the butt section there. A 3000 reel with 20-pound braid. So, it's light enough to get down there with a smallish lure like this 15-gram crazy paddle tail. This is the staple for the fishing out here. Really good lure for just about anything, and it will get down to that depth with a lighter setup like this. And if you catch anything, it's a lot of fun on this light gear. Well, all I'm doing is I'm casting upwind, or no, sorry, I should say downwind, and letting that lure sink about 5 seconds maybe. And as we're drifting down, as the wind's pushing us down, we're catching up with the lure. So I'm not dragging it through the water, which is good because you do need to work nice and close. And then just gonna slowly bump it back towards me, letting it pause every now and then, letting it sink, and then continue the retrieve. Just feeling for the bottom. I want to be working nice and close, feeling for any little bites. First drift, and look at that rod bent right over. That is a heavy fish. Hasn't really ran much yet, but a fair bit of weight to it. This is why I like fishing light gear. It's so much fun. Sorry about the sunlight, guys. Right, that rod. Wow. Bad fish. Pretty nice brass. I don't know. Leave not. Oh, it's a donkey of a rat. It's a beauty. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that. There we go, in the net. We'll try and keep her over the side. What a lovely wrasse this is.
Oh, it isn't.
Beauty. Nice ballon wrasse. Nailed that crazy paddle tail right down deep. That is a stunning fish. This is what come out for this time of year. It really is a grouper of Cornwall. There are ballon wrasse. Colours on that belly, and the lip there, the slider back. Fantastic. Well, I'm in again, and this one took it at a bit of range, and oh, this is a decent fish again. This is what's so fun about this light gear, is you're getting, you know, 3-4 pound fish, and I think this is a nice pollock. Yeah, it is. It's a nice one. We've just doubled up on the pollock. My friend Mark's got one. This one's slightly bigger. Look at that. Oh, what a chunk.
That's a nice fish.
What a chunk. Let's see if I can... There we go. Double up on the pollock. That's what it's on about. March fishing with the lures, both on light rods. Brilliant stuff. Well, wind started to pick up already within about an hour of us being out. But we had a few nice drifts on that deeper bit of reef. And I've now come in to the island here, just to shelter in the lee of it. It is really handy having a big block of land like this, a big windbreak on a day like this. And it's funny because when the sun's out, the wind drops right off, and then we've got these squalls coming through where it's raining and the wind is right up. So yeah, we're going to be fishing in close here. There's plenty of kelp beds and stuff to have fun in, and I'll just show you the sort of space that we're working with on this boat here. This 3.5 meter boat, so we've got all the gear up there, fuel tank, rations, spare rods, and a bucket for the catch of the day, and then Mark's fishing away there, and fair bit of leg room, and nice high transom on this boat because the tubes are a bit smaller than a sort of traditional SIB. The transom's actually about the same size, and I believe it's rated up to, it says here 20 horsepower it's rated up to, which would make this thing fly, probably take off. I really cannot imagine 20 horsepower on the back. 6 is plenty, but it is nice having this high transom. We do sit a little bit lower in the water on other SIBs, such as the ones that I've had before. Like I had a 3.4 meter Quicksilver, very similar length and sort of deck spaces, but it had the bigger tube, so it would sit a bit higher up in the water with that pronounced inflatable V keel. It would sit a bit higher in the water and it would ride a bit better, but this is a lightweight SIB and it's fishing 2 of us comfortably in March with less than ideal conditions, so no complaints here. But really for the rest of the day I'm pretty sure we're going to be in close like this, scratching around, see what we can get, hopefully some more wrasse. Well, I got my first fish in close here. I was fishing right at range. We've got a lovely drift going. We're, you know, just coming out of the shelter of the land here into a bit of deeper water, and this fish is actually shaking its head, which I'm wondering what it is. It's a pollock. It's a small. No, it's a wrasse.
It's a wrasse.
It's a wrasse. Not bad size. Lovely to have. But there's so much kelping around here. It's just a great habitat for these guys. Not as big as the last one, but still nice to catch. You can catch these all day and still have a lot of fun. Well, just beached the SIB to stretch the legs, as I'm sure many of you will know when you're cramped up on one of these for hours. It is nice to get out and move around a bit. Got a nice bit of sun going on right now. It's ideal, but it's really sort of patchy. We'll have half an hour of sun, and as you can see behind me, the cloud will come in with the rain, and the wind just really whips up. But if you look at it behind me there, you wouldn't think that was the case, would you? You'd think it's a lovely calm day. But yeah, just gonna have a bit of a bite to eat, stretch the legs, and then maybe try a different bit of reef, and yeah, just see what we can find. It really is just a sort of mess around, scratch around sort of day to day. Any fish is a bonus. You'll have to forgive me for shouting, but here we are, pushing out a bit now. We've got the weight in the back of the boat so that we're keeping the bow up high, otherwise we'll get splashes over the side. But we're pushing into this swell and we're doing alright really. I'm going to try and get out on this point here and fish a bit of rough ground and yeah, maybe find some bigger fish, who knows. Fair bit of swell. Alright, into a fish here at this new mark. Just fishing it nice and slow on the bottom, and yeah, something decent that's come and hit this black minnow here. So, interested to see what it is. It's another wrasse. Beautiful wrasse though. That is a cracking fish. The colours on it. This is great fishing. That's such a big bellied wrasse right there. Really dense fish. And it's just slammed. Black minnow. What a beauty. Really happy with that. Alright, it's getting later in the day now, and we've actually managed to push right up into these rocks here. They've given us a bit of shelter from the swell and the wind, so we can actually get in here quite comfortably. Fortunately, that's not a fish, is it, Mark?
No. Oh, we're out of it then.
But yeah, this is a really nice bit of reef to fish. Very bassy, but yeah, it's just cold. One time of year from the moment, but worth giving it a go anyway. Hooked up right next to the rocks there. This is another lovely wrasse, guys. The colours on this one are amazing. Wow. Not a particularly big fish, but wow, colours on it. How red that is. Beautiful fish. That white belly. Not a particularly big one, but just nice to catch. Having a lot of fun on these wrasse out here today. On the crazy paddle tail. Look at that, same colour as my coat. Lovely little Allen wrasse. Slip it back. Wicked. There we go, Mark's into a fish. Yeah. Look at that LRF rod bend. There you go, buddy, that's a nice wrasse. Looks great in the water. On the mud digger. There you go, mate.
Yeah, finally.
Been waiting for that one for a while, haven't you?
Been a while, but
yeah.
There we go, not too shabby.
Nice colours on it. Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Right, so I just want to show you here how I'm fishing this Fish Crazy paddle tail. This is 120mm with a 15g head in the khaki colour. I'm just going to try and show you exactly how I work it. So I'm casting a fair ways out from the boat. I'm just going to let it sink for a little bit. Just catching up with it there. And a nice steady retrieve like that. Just feeling for the reef. I feel the reef, and I'll speed up the retrieve a bit, lift the rod tip up out of the way. Just keep a nice steady speed going. And there we go, there's a fish. There we go. Oh, that's a decent fish as well. There we go. Some head shakes on it actually. I reckon it's going to run in a minute. It's not fighting for some reason. Oh. Yeah, can you get the net please, Mark? It's just to your side there, mate.
I'm in a bag, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, just leave it there. What is it? Pollock, another pollock. Lip hooks as well. There you go. Fantastic. So, there you go. That's how it's done. Well, we've got a lot of action going on right now, just as that sort of sun's dropping behind us. Hooked into another decent fish. Quite a heavy one this, staying nice and deep. Dropping right over. Yeah. I've not got the drag set too loose, just, oh, look at that. Just because of the sort of structure here. What is this? What have we got? Nice pollock. Another nice pollock. Oh. There we go. Nice early spring pollock. Love getting these. They make good eating and they're just good fun to catch. Really happy with that. Alright, we're just coming back up the river now, and as you can see it's getting dark, and well, the tide has only just started pushing in here. There really isn't much water, but what I've done is I've tilted the outboard up so it's only just in the water, that prop, and because this inflatable boat has a flat keel, there's not really any profile underneath. It's literally just that little bit of prop sticking in the water there, and it's allowed us to come up the estuary here when really you never would be in anything else. We're only in about a foot of water. Well, there we go, just as the light is fading away behind me there, back in after what has been pretty good days fishing for March on this new Aquamarina SIB that I'm using here. Loads of sport on the wrasse on the light gear. That never gets old for me. I really am enjoying that at the moment. and a couple pollock for the table. So all in all, a good day to be had. And I'm pretty impressed with this little thing, considering it costs under £1,000, and well, I think it weighs 35-40 odd kilos. It's not a lot, I can tell you that, because I can lift it on my shoulder. It actually handled today's conditions all right with 2 of us and a 6 horsepower engine. It did the job. Sure, could have been more comfortable with a pronounced V hull, but then again, probably wouldn't have been able to get up the river right now. So yeah, pros and cons to everything. I don't think you can ever find the perfect boat, but this one has definitely got some, you know, useful characteristics compared to other SIBs that I've had in the past. So yeah, looking forward to getting more use out of this thing and trying it at a few different venues. But thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, comment. It all really helps, keeps me motivated to post and go out when it's wet and cold like this. All right guys, catch you on the next one. Cheers for watching.